Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of, no, this is for August 2025. You have this Flow of Abundance card and this Seek Assistance card. So, love it. Definitely, here you go. Definitely could be like a flow of abundance coming in for you if you're doing anything to make money. This card wanted to pop out with that Page of Swords, so we'll take it. Which it's your card anyway, so, that's fine. But definitely could be increasing your abundance. Your reading already looks better than everybody else's, which happened to you like last week, I think, in one of the recent weekly readings that I did for you. So definitely could be like, I don't know, could be just a positive change for Scorpio, which I think is like long overdue anyway for you. So I definitely like to see that. That could be very good. I also think that it seems to me like it is an amazing time to ask for help. You have that secret assistance card, and almost like every single person has had a card that said, like the King of Swords, for example, is a card of like the mentor, or like the Hierophant, which is the card of the teacher. So, it seems to me like it is a good time for, or would be a good time for people to seek assistance in whatever it is they're doing. In your current general energies, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Death card. The Ten of Pentacles is, building, leaving a legacy. It is everything you want and desire. Now, you are a fixed sign, and I do believe that all the fixed signs are very focused on building, leaving a legacy. It's kind of like part of the astrology right now. So, to me, this is very much just the astrology, basically. And but what I would say is you also have the Empress, you have the Queen of Pentacles, Chariot, Six of Pentacles, World. You do have very good cards for increasing your finances. So if you've been doing the work, or whatever you have been doing to increase your finances, definitely could be happening. I also think you're kind of like looking for permanent solutions. Ten of Pentacles is like a card of permanence. It's kind of like a card of, building, leaving a legacy would be something that would last a very long time, right? So I feel a lot of you Scorpios are more focused on, building things that are built to last, like, businesses, careers, relationships, whatever. And, I think that could be a bigger focus for you right now. You have the Queen of Swords, which is about seeing things clearly. You really could be getting answers. I mean, she is looking forward towards the Empress, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. With all these other good cards here, she is, the whole point of the Queen of Swords is that she only has clouds halfway up her body. And so she's seeing the future clearly. And a lot of you could be like seeing this future path to get this abundance or to create whatever you're trying to create. You could finally be seeing how you can make this happen, which would be good. I also get something here about needing to speak up, which is kind of weird. I mean, Queen of Swords, she could be communication, but she doesn't necessarily mean speak up, but that's what's popping into my head. So it could be an important time for you to speak up about something that's going on in your life, or whatever. It could be anything that you need to speak up about. I feel like if that part of the reading is for you, you probably know what it is that you need to speak up on. You have the Page of Swords, and then the Death card flew out onto my lap when I pulled this Page of Swords. So the Death card is you, of course, and whenever you show up as yourself, that puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from the reading. So, again, I kind of feel like it's just saying you're in a position of power and strength. The Page of Swords is about being curious, and, sometimes I do feel the Page of Swords could represent someone who has their eye on you. It could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. In this situation, I think it's a good thing because you have the Empress showing up here. The Empress says you're very attractive at this time, so, I don't know. You could just be getting a lot of attention right now, Scorpio. It seems to me like water signs are getting a lot of attention right now for whatever reason. I mean, it could just be Jupiter and Cancer. Jupiter is expansion. And Cancer being a water sign, it trines the other two water signs. So, the water signs are going to get benefits from Jupiter and Cancer just in general. And so you really could be standing out, and that could be where this extra attention is coming from. And obviously that would be a good thing, right? So if you want love, I would put yourself out there. Oh, but the other thing I wanted to say is with the Page of Swords, I would get curious about abundance, with the Page of Swords going up to the Empress here. It's like there could be better ways for you to increase your abundance, or you could be learning new ways to increase your abundance, and I would pay attention to that for sure. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is kind of getting into alignment with what you want. It's a card of making a wish. I kind of would make a wish here, Scorpio. Anything that you want, I would wish for. I would ask for it, and then I would make sure that you're lined up with it. And if you do that, I think you'll get it very quickly with that Ten of Pentacles. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords. Like, honestly, I feel like you're discovering the answer to a problem. That's what's popping into my head here with the Nine of Swords. It's like you're discovering what the problem is. I don't even know what that means for you, Scorpio. I think it could be different for all of you. But if you have a problem, like a mysterious problem that you can't quite figure out, like what's going on, I feel like this month that you could be getting answers as to what the problem is, or what's causing the problem, or it's almost like what the kink in the hose, right? It's like I feel like there's some sort of like energetic block that you've been dealing with for a long time, like a hose that's been kinked. And it's like I just see it opening up here. And so I feel a lot of you could be discovering the answer to a problem. And I feel like this is good because obviously it's going to get the flow of energy kind of like going back. For some of you, I feel like this could be health related, like a health problem or something. I'm not a doctor. I have no clue what I'm talking about. There's your disclaimer, YouTube. But, basically what I would say is you could be discovering the answer to a problem. So that's good. With the Page of Swords in the Death card, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is about having appropriate boundaries. Yes, definitely with people, I would make sure that you have appropriate boundaries. And I kind of feel like saying this isn't a month to be nice. And I'm not saying that you should be mean either. That's not what I'm getting at. But it's like, sometimes, I don't know, I'm just going to say it, Scorpio. What's popping into my head is like, sometimes you just try to be nice to a person, but they can't take a hint. It's like, that's what's popping into my head here. This could be in love, could be, in any area of your life, honestly. But what I would say is, like, I don't think you have to be mean, but I also wouldn't be nice. But I would just be, like, what do they call that? Gray rocking, right? I don't think this person is a narcissist or anything like that, but I think it would be better to just not give a person attention at all, period, than it would be to even give them a crumb of attention. Because it, just seems to me like a person could be coming in. It could be someone who's interested in you, and I think this is the type of person where even like a crumb of attention would be too much. I think they would think you're in love with them, right? So I don't know. I kind of feel like if this message is for you, you probably either already know who this person is or you will. And again, like, I get it. Like, we don't want to be mean, especially if like a person's asking you out or something like that. Like, I just wouldn't. I think it would be a big mistake, is what I'm trying to say here, to even give it an ounce of hope, right? Like, saying something like, oh, we can just be friends, or we can talk, or whatever. It's like, I would be very careful of that. I just feel like there's some sort of weird situation that could happen where it's like they take it the wrong way, so I would be careful. But same thing as well, like, if you don't want to do something, like, if you have a person who's asking you to do something for them or to help them, I would just, like, I think it would be much better for you to just say no. Instead of, like, anything else. There you go. I don't know. That's what's popping into my head. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this New Life card and this Fates card. Love it. This Fates card is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I love it. Actually, both of these cards I love. The New Life card, it's like this lady is being lifted up on a pedestal, and you have the Empress in this row. You have the Three of Wands, which is expansion. So definitely could be like a fated new life that's coming in for you with these two cards. You have the Three of Wands, the Empress, and the Six of Swords. Like I said, I think water signs have to do things to expand. Nothing is just going to magically happen. And again, I think one of my I think one of the best exercises that water signs could do this month would be to, like, look at your life and just say, like, where have I been the same for the past 20 years? Where have I not really changed? And then change it. Come up with other things to do things differently, right? And I think that will probably change everything for you. That will bring you closer to this new life. It's like he has this opportunity. He's standing at the top of this hill where he's always been standing, and he's overlooking this harbor. And these boats represent an opportunity for him to go somewhere he's never been before. But, like, he has to go do it. He has to swim out to those boats and make it happen. So it's like nothing is going to magically happen for you. And, I would get on those boats because, I think that you doing things differently could be very beneficial for you. I would say not even over the last 20 years. I would say, like, what have you been doing over the last 10 years, that you really haven't changed? And I would change it or mix it up. You have the Empress. I think there's an opportunity for abundance for everyone. Again, I make it very freaking clear in my readings that nothing is just going to happen. at all, period. So yes, you have to do the work. Yes, you have to make things happen on your own. Tarot can't do anything for you, but the energy exists. So the energy exists for you to create a lot of abundance here, Scorpio, but you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to be the one to make it happen. And you're also going to have to do things you've never done before. Three of Wands, Knight of Wands, Chariot. Like the Chariot, like literally this right here, the Chariot, he is leaving the city behind him. And it represents the fact that he is setting himself apart. He is doing things completely differently in his life. And so that's what I would do there. But the Empress also says you're very attractive at this time. Again, I think it is a good time for you to attract love. But again, I would say if you definitely are not interested in a person, I would either just completely ignore the situation, period, and gray rock the situation, or I would just make it very clear, that there's no interest and nothing is going to come of it, right, with a person. I don't know. There's like something here where you need to be careful of that, is what I would say. But I also feel that this could be good on the other side of things because I think you could be attracting a good person. You always get fire with me. You have the Knight of Wands, which is funny. You also always get earth, right? Every single frickin' reading, you have an earth sign or a fire sign that shows up. So I don't know. It could be any sign, general reading, but could be one of those two. You have the Six of Swords, a lot of improvements. I'm pretty sure all three water signs have had this card. Again, I definitely don't think things are perfect right now, but I do think things could be improving. And the other thing that people have to remember is like one area of your life can improve, and then you could still be working on other areas of your life, right? So there's definitely like improvements coming in for you in some area of your life, and I feel like finally you're making progress as well with this energy, so that's good. With the Three of Wands, you have the Queen of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, funny enough, I read the Queen of Cups as you, Scorpio. To me, most people read her as Cancer. I've always read her as you, Scorpio, for whatever reason. I think because in the Cat Black version of the Golden Tarot, the Queen of Cups is Scorpio. She has a scorpion in front of her in that deck. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like it could just be you. The Six of Pentacles is like progress, taking those steps, which everybody has to do right now, even though we have a Mercury retrograde. The other thing is, though, I think most people are working on things that they've already been working on. So there's nothing wrong with working on something that you have already been working on since the beginning, since before the retrograde, right? And, there you go. With the Empress, you have the Knight of Pentacles, a lot of growth. The Knight of Pentacles, he has these empty fields behind him, and he just needs to plant seeds in those fields and they will grow. And the Empress is all about, having a harvest or creating a harvest. So I feel a lot of you literally could be creating some sort of harvest here, or you could be experiencing a harvest, but you just have to plant the seeds. Six of Pentacles says the same thing. With the Six of Swords, you have the Chariot. There you go. Love it. It's funny that I connected these two earlier. So the Chariot is about charging forward towards success. That's the other thing as well. Like I kind of feel a little bit of that go energy. Six of Swords is like things are improving. And it's like, how much evidence do you need to see that something is going to be an improvement? Like I don't know. I feel like something could be happening for you this month that where you start to see that things are improving. That's when you should like take control and really charge forward with this Chariot energy, right? So it's like if things are improving in an area of your life based off of like an activity that you're doing, I feel like the Chariot is saying it's like once those improvements start coming, it's going to be safe for you to like double down on whatever that thing is and really make it happen. We also see movement here. Like some of you could be thinking about moving, or maybe you are moving or traveling with the World card. And if you are, I think this would be good. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Angel card. It says Divine Messenger, Guide, and Protection. You have this Abandoned card. It says Left Behind, Unsupported, and Anxiety. I feel like this is what you need to let go of, is like the fear of abandonment really is what's popping into my head, or the fear that something isn't going to work out, because you are clearly protected. With that Angel card, it's like I feel like you are being guided towards something. So it's like you need, like there is no reason to fear, right? You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a card of kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Resources is the word I was looking for, and I couldn't think of it for some reason, Scorpio. So the interesting thing about that is like there might be a resource that you're not thinking about that you have. And, I don't know, I would like look at your life, and a resource does not have to be money. even though it's a pentacle card. A resource could be time, effort, attention. It could be a skill. It could be a piece of knowledge that you have. And I would like take a cold hard look at your resources, but again, not just money. This could be any type of resource, but it's like you might have a resource that you don't even realize. The funny thing is as well, Scorpio, that is popping into my head is like some of you might have something like in your attic or something like that you could sell that would actually increase your resources. So if you're looking for money, or if you need a little extra chunk of money, I would check your basement, check your attic, or I don't know, you might have something that you haven't used in a long time. It is popping into my head that maybe you could go sell it and maybe it would bring in the resources you need this month to be able to do something, right? So that's definitely popping into my head. I don't know, I'm getting a lot of stuff here, Scorpio. It's also saying to me, like, don't discount your resources. It's like, I always say that I just talk about YouTube because that's all I do all day. Like, even when I'm not doing this, I'm teaching YouTube, right? Like, I have a YouTube group and all sorts of stuff. And so, what I would say here is that, like, a lot of times I think people, like, overestimate what good information is. Like they think, and what I mean by that is they think they need to give a lot more than they actually do. I think that it surprises people all the time, like how, like, I think if you're like naturally good at something, for example, it's like you might not think that teaching something would be valuable, but like a part of whatever the skill is that you have. But again, I think you don't realize how valuable something actually is, like information that you could share, and it literally could make you money. So, like, don't discount what you know. That's also popping into my head. You have the Knight of Wands. I think we all need to adventure at this time. We need to go adventure. We need to go have fun. I think we need to mix things up and, do different things in our lives and, have new experiences and all that other stuff with the Knight of Wands. So I think it is a good time to adventure. With Mercury retrograde, I think it's an excellent time to also adventure mentally. Go learn a new skill. I wouldn't learn a new skill. What I would say is look at what you're doing right now in life and like, is there a skill that could enhance it? That's the word that I'm getting here is enhancement. It's like, what enhancements could you make to your business or your career or to yourself or whatever, right? I would be researching those things. You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is about putting your work on display. Yeah, for those of you that are like afraid of sharing, I think you need to share more. Especially if you have a skill or if you work on a creative project or if you've been working on something creative. It's almost like this card is saying to me, it's time to share. It's time to like put it on display because I think things will work out better than you think is what the Three of Pentacles is saying for sure. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords is about healing. Yeah, I mean, Empress is all about self-care. I'm pretty sure I said to Pisces that I had a feeling that all three water signs would get the Three of Swords, probably because of the South Node in Virgo. And I think that we all need to take some extra time to like rest, relax, recover, heal. It's not about like I don't think we can't work during this retrograde or anything. I think it's just saying if you're tired, take a rest. When you feel like working, work. That's it. And make sure you're staying healthy. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Two of Wands. Yeah, getting out into the world. Like, the Knight of Wands needs to go on adventure. You have the Chariot, which is adventure. The Two of Wands, he has completed one thing, and he needs to get out into the world to go experience new things in life. And you have the world right here. So, I kind of feel it's saying it's just time to expand. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Four of Swords. Again, really good time for healing, but I also kind of feel like you've been asking for something, and the universe is like, yeah, sure, you can have it, but you have to, like, put your skills on display, or you have to use your skills to get what you've been wishing for. So I would definitely do that as well, Scorpio. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Overcoming Challenges card. It says, a triumph will bring great changes. Let yourself be open to victory. You have the Chariot twice, which is definitely a victory. You have this Evil Eye card that says, protect yourself against the evil eye so it doesn't negatively impact your life. Yes, I think everybody's had the devil this in the month of July, in the July monthly readings. A couple of people have already had it this month in August. So, that devil energy is still hanging around. Now, one thing I will say is I kind of feel like we're in a time of exposure. I've been talking about this since 2016. So I think a lot of toxic things are going to be exposed between now and 2033 when Uranus leaves Gemini, basically. Uranus will leave Gemini in 2032. It'll move into Cancer. But, technically it will retrograde back into Gemini and it officially leaves Gemini in 2033. And, there's a lot going on that I think is causing exposure. Neptune and Saturn and Aries, both of them are retrograding out of Aries, and then next year will officially move into Aries. It's like the end of Pisces is exposure. There's something about it. that third decan Pisces, right, which is where Neptune and Saturn are kind of going to be retrograding back to. So, again, I think on a personal level, that if things are exposed to us as being toxic, we should avoid them, whatever it is, right? You have the World, the Six of Pentacles, and the Chariot. The World is an accomplishment or an achievement, so I feel a lot of you are accomplishing a lot. I think that you could be one of the signs that really does accomplish a lot this month, even with the retrograde. Now, I will say that, I always tell people, like, some of my best months of my life have been Mercury retrogrades because, like, I've gone back over things. I've, like, had realizations that help me make a lot of progress. So, again, you can make a lot of progress during retrogrades, and I would. You have the Six of Pentacles. Again, it's coming up in the good stuff, but I wouldn't even breadcrumb a person. I'm not saying that you would do this. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but maybe I just have, like, this thing popping into my head of you, like, trying to be nice to a person or something like that. And again, I'm not saying this is a good or a bad thing or whatever, wherever someone's going to take it, I'm sure. But, what I would say here is, like, I think it would be better for you to just not even breadcrumb a person. Don't even give a person a glimmer of hope, right? I think no is a good word, or just avoiding something altogether. On top of that, though, I feel pretty good. Like, I think Six of Pentacles and the good stuff is definitely you making progress. So I think there's a lot of progress for you to make this month, and it looks really good. You have the Chariot. Chariot is charging forward toward success. So, you have the Chariot twice. Some of you could be moving. We do see a lot of moving stuff in this reading. So if you're moving or traveling, I think that could be very good for you. But, I think a lot of progress could be coming in for you in general. With the World, you have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, happy home, happy family. So I do feel that there could be a lot of happiness coming in for you with the Ten of Cups. I would make happiness your focus this month. And, I think that could, obviously lead to more happiness. This could also be you getting together with people. With the World, the Ten of Cups can be your community, and it can say that you are surrounding yourself with the right people, which is great. If you want love, I definitely feel there's love potential this month, but it just feels like potential to me. And again, it's Mercury retrograde anyway, so I wouldn't rush into anything. Now, I always tell people I absolutely would date during retrogrades, and I do. There you go. I think it's an excellent time to learn. So, if you date during retrograde, sure. I think what people need to realize is, retrogrades don't stop anything from happening. If you meet the love of your life during retrograde, it's like the universe isn't going to stop it from working because you chose to date them during retrograde. It's ridiculous. And I think we need to learn. I think we should make mistakes. It's like we only learn from mistakes. It's like nothing good in my life has ever shown up when I am comfortable. It's like that's what I try to remind people. It's always the discomfort, the mistakes that have led to the comfort, right? And so I don't know, maybe I'm a crazy person, but since I had that realization when I was younger, I purposely make myself uncomfortable. I purposely make mistakes during retrogrades because you learn 10 times faster, right? And, there you go. So don't be afraid of dating. With the Six of Pentacles, here you go. Yes, just take your time, right? If you're meeting a new person, Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor. Six of Pentacles says, is the tennis match of love. You hit the ball to their side, you wait for them to return the favor, hit the ball to your side. You just have this nice little give and take. And you're not being a freaking nerd and whipping out a calculator and being like, last week I did this, and this week they only did this for me, so that's actually 60-40. It's not perfect, right? So throw away the calculator. Don't be a freaking nerd. You're not adding it up. What you're saying is, for the most part, does this person match my energy? Nobody's perfect. Everybody has bad days, right? So, this is basically saying, for the most part, is there equal give and take? If the answer is yes, great. Keep going. With the Chariot, you have the Emperor. So the thing about the Emperor is a card of control. Now, the Chariot is the card of hard control. So, number one, this could be love. You could be attracting an Emperor because you have the Emperor and the Empress now. So definitely could be a good love connection coming in. But again, I want to stress that I think there's two things going on here in this reading. It's one person that you definitely don't want. So don't give that person a glimmer of hope. That might only be for one of you or a few of you, right? And then there's another person that I think you definitely do want. And, that's the person I would give energy to, obviously. But I also feel that this is about you taking control, because the Emperor, he's not really a card of control. He is controlling, which is different. The Chariot and the Strength card are the cards of control in the tarot. The Chariot is hard control, really taking control of those reins and really making things happen. And I feel this is saying, you're in the driver's seat this month. You have this eccentricity card here. This is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun that I'm using here. I think a lot of people are going to get this. We are in a very eccentric, weird time. Uranus and Gemini is freaking weird. It will be weird for the next 10 years until 2033. Well, I guess that's less than 10 years, but, really, whatever. I don't know. I can't do math. I've never claimed to be able to do math, so there you go. And I would definitely say that, for a lot of you, it's a very eccentric time. But this is a good thing. I would let your freak flag fly here, Scorpio, because, I don't know, you never know. Next, you have this seduction card. Yes, very seductive person that could be coming in for you. Yeah, I definitely feel there's like one person you're clearly attracted to, plain and simple, Empress and the Emperor. And that's the person I would pay attention to. I would just be careful of that Page of Swords. It just feels so weird to me. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a person... I don't know what to say there. It's like if you give them a glimmer of hope, I think they will take that as love. It's like that type of person. I hope that makes sense. I would just be careful. But again, I think this is saying you need to realize your power this month. Like even just words might give people they might take it the wrong way, So I think this is saying, give your energy to the things that you definitely want to attract. You have this ostentation card, actually a pretty good card for this time, because this card is about being able to tell the difference between something that's real and something that's fake. With this Mercury retrograde, I think you have kind of good radar. It's like, you can see what's real, what's going to work, what's not going to work, all that other stuff in life, right? You have this charity card. Again, this is a very good reading. Your reading is much better than Pisces and Cancer, although their readings weren't bad. They just were a little bit more challenging. Your month looks a little bit better. So, again, I think you feel like the universe is on your side. You have this restlessness card. I would channel your restlessness into something, especially with the Chariot. This card basically says restlessness can be very destructive. You have to find an outlet for that energy. But this looks pretty good here, Scorpio. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.